Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. If you've had to deal with a narcissistic personality, this reading will be for you. I am going to look at each one of the zodiac signs per element, so it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, and in particular Venus sign. For a person you may have to deal with, or a person who you dealt with who was a narcissist. So we're going to look at it per zodiac sign. Don't forget that each one of us have a bit of a narcissistic tendency because it's about the ego and putting yourself first. I look at a narcissist as someone who's really taken it to the next level in terms of their exaggerated ability to exploit others who they supposedly love and care for. So I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope that you can take something away from it that might be helpful in helping you to cope with or manage your narcissistic or the narcissist in your life. So thank you and enjoy the readings. Bye-bye. This is for those of you who are dealing with a narcissistic Leo. This is for those of you who are dealing with a narcissistic Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, dealing with a narcissistic Leo personality. Right now, from a karmic standpoint, where do they stand? Where are they? We have Major Arcana, the mother and child. They may be acting quite infantile in a way. We're not going to keep those. This was master and pupil. Let's go ahead and keep it because I know it's too much coming through on what's happening here with this combination. There's a huge emphasis on the parental roles, parental responsibilities. I feel like what the parent should have taught them, what they should have learned from their parents is missing. Something they missed out on, a training that they missed out on, a coping mechanism that they missed out on. That's of their detriment now. It's hurting them now that they didn't have this training, that they didn't have this guidance. They didn't give this guidance. This is for the Leo narcissistic personality, the one that you're trying to deal with. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus right now. This is assuming that you can't get away. This person's a permanent fixture in your life. They can be a husband, wife. They can be children. They can be family members, boss, employee. This is someone that you cannot get away from, or someone who's a Leo narcissist who you still have contact with or feelings for. It's the karmic energy. We have the retreat. This is Leo Pisces energy. And then we have the Phoenix. The Leo can be feeling like they should have it better, or they should have done better, or they could have done better than they did, or than they have. That it should have been different. This could be about a relationship that they're in. But I feel like they feel like things should be different for them than they actually are. They should be further along. They should be happier. Something's calling me here, and the two of the cards moved on their own, so I almost want to take these. I will in a second before I won't shuffle this. I hope I remember not to. They could also feel like they were hurt, remembering past hurts that they have forgotten, even remembering they're stuck in the past. This is what I'm trying to say. The Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, narcissistic personality who you're dealing with is really stuck in the past. I'm not sure if it's a bad thing. I feel like they're going over a lot of things in their past, but they're stuck in the past, or they keep digressing and going backwards, recovering things that already were discovered and worked out, but they're still going back because they're not absorbing the lessons, or they're not absorbing something. It's not being absorbed. They're giving it lip service. They're saying it, but they're not feeling it. Let's go ahead and take that too. This is the Seven of Pentacles, and this is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is like not learning. They're they're not absorbing it. It's almost like if you study, and you study a book or you study something, having to, okay, I'm getting too much now. Slow down. It's like you study something a lot here. You're studying this. You learned, but you don't. When it's time to take the test, not everything that you learned comes through with the Queen of Wands. So you feel like you know it, but then when it's time to exercise it or do it, especially here with the pupil too, when it's time to exercise it and do it, you feel like you have to go back again because it didn't absorb. It didn't absorb it. So what would that mean for the narcissistic Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus that you're dealing with? I feel like you're going over the same things over and over again, and they're not catching it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. So therefore, you might be feeling very much like this. Like, I just can't. I'm just so tired of going over the same things over and over again with my Leo. Major Arcana of the Fool. You might feel like that's how they are, like they could care less. Page, you see it's going backwards from the Queen to the Page of Wands. Just like, okay, I just can't anymore. They're just not absorbing the lessons. Even when they have great failures with the Phoenix rising from the ashes, thinking that they can do it over and over again, or that they'll keep getting chances or opportunities and not realizing that one day the well will dry up. The opportunities will dry up. Not realizing when they have an opportunity, just exploiting it, squandering it. Squandered opportunities with Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, narcissistic personalities. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. So again, this feels like just tired of it all with this 10 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. Tired of dealing with the Leo, narcissistic, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus personality. Just tired. Feeling worn out by them and their exploits, or lack of ability to learn or to do. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like, they're just not getting the lessons. You feel like you got to keep starting over and over and over again. We have the 8 of Wands. Here we go again. That's all I'm getting from the 8 of Wands. You're starting it all over again. We have the 4 of Wands. So much potential here. With so much potential. And we have, it ends on the 9 of Swords. This is like a lack of practicality, flamboyance, dealing with flamboyance, a lack of practicality. This is if you're dealing with a narcissistic Leo, this is what you're dealing with, a flamboyance and a lack of practicality. And gaining a lot, but then losing because of this lack of practicality. So finally, how can someone who's dealing with this narcissistic Libra better cope right now? We have the 3 of Pentacles, trying to talk to them again. Trying to talk to them again, seeing what's in their head. Maybe not talking at them or trying to tell them what you think, but just trying to see what they're up to. We have the Page of Wands. They want to redo something. It looks like they want to start something over again. Trying to convince them to have follow through, see something through to the end, for good or bad. And we have the Page of Swords. It's interesting, the Page of Swords on top of the Page of Wands. So if so a lot of you might be dealing with Leos who took unnecessary risk. They could have lost something of value, or lost time even, because they took some unnecessary risk which they thought would pan out. I'm not sure if I would say too much about it, because maybe in the long term, we have the King of Fire. Maybe in the long term it will work out, but on the surface it looks like it's crap. But maybe this time it does work, so maybe I would just get their views and ideals instead of trying to, I don't want to say put them down, but I wouldn't talk too much about anything with them right now, because I don't feel like they're in a position where they're really going to be forthcoming. You won't get much out of them because they already have done this, or they're already going to do it, even if you don't agree. So if you're stuck with them, you're stuck with them. And if they pull out of it and you lose, they're going to blame you for it. So if this is already in play and already in action, it might actually work this time. I would let it all play out before I said anything. So you have for your final advice, the King of Fire, spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. When I am aligned with spirit, I am a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they might aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? Oh, that's really interesting for the final outcome of all of this. I will go back and listen to that again. I hope my reading was okay. If you like the reading, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Otherwise, enjoy the holidays, and I hope I see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.